Darkcast Network. Out of the shadows comes the best of indie podcasts.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, what movie are we going to be discussing, Jake?
We are discussing 2007's The Mist, directed by Frank Darabont.
The Mist. This was supposed to be another author episode, but shit happens and we're going to move forward with that. So, what I'd like to mention is what are we available on for our new listeners to find us?
We are available on YouTube.
We're on there.
Please like and subscribe.
And comment if you so choose.
Yeah, if you so choose. You know, your comments could be read out on an episode.
Possibly.
Never know.
You never know.
We're also available on Spotify.
We're on there. You can listen to us on your way to work.
As well as Apple.
Yes, you can listen to us. You can stream us. You can do all of that. And we are also available on
Instagram. Yes. Just Go Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. New episodes. Every Thursday.
Every Thursday, two lifelong horror fans decide to get together. We drink and we talk all things horror. We are not an information-based podcast. No. We are a conversation-based podcast.
That we are.
Meaning, we're not the two smartest horror fans out there. But what we do,
by no means,
is we watch horror films that are either requested or chosen by us to talk about after watching it recently. Now, some may consider us a nuanced, free analyst podcast.
Some.
But honestly, we're just two guys that like to shoot the shit with horror. Honestly, we watch movies, old or current, and give our honest opinions on them about how we feel currently about those movies. So if that intrigues you at all, please stick along. Check out the podcast. If you want to be a part of the J Squared Horror Podcast, you can always go to www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. There you can easily find links to contact us. You can be on the episode live and in person. You can be on our episode via StreamYard, as you've seen with some of our author guests that we've had. You can just request an episode idea if you just want us to cover a movie that you haven't heard a lot of people cover, or you like our vibe and you want to hear us talk about it. We will gladly take that into consideration and cover a movie of your choice. Now, what I'd also like to mention real quickly is we are part of the Darkcast Network, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
The Darkcast Network is a podcasting network, independent podcast, strange, paranormal, true crime, and horror podcast. They've been supporting us for a couple of years now, so we like our fans. If you need a podcast fill during your week, obviously, you know, we release episodes every Thursday, but they have a plethora of content creators that are releasing podcasts every single day for your listening pleasures. So please go check out the Darkcast Network on Instagram or their website, www.darkcastnetwork.com, and support all of our fellow content creators. Now, The Mist is a Stephen King adaptation?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. So it is a movie. It is slightly dated. If you want to watch it, it is on Amazon Prime through Freevee. You have some ads. I couldn't find any other way to watch it for free other than that. So if you guys want to pause us, you can come back to us, but please check out this movie. Please. It's actually a good time. I had a good time watching it. How'd you feel watching it?
I loved it.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a little dated in certain aspects, but we'll get into that as we go out throughout the podcast. But overall, how'd you feel about watching The Mist again? It had been a couple years for me.
I had felt some nostalgia.
Yeah.
So when I first saw it, now that I think about it, was in high school.
Okay.
And I can remember just the energy of the people in the theater.
Yeah. That plays a big part into it. Yeah.
But watching it now, I still enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a solid film.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very specific vibe because majority of the movie happens in one location.
Yeah.
And that adds to a lot of the fear and a lot of the realness of a situation like this. And one of the big things that I wanted to ask you about with this is it's like, all right, so this starts off with a crazy storm happening, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that was from that what happened, or do you think that was just because?
I think so. To dip into a quick conspiracy.
Okay, yeah,
Theory,
please,
yeah.
please.
You know how they say they have those weather machines
Yeah,
that can control the weather?
Yeah.
Some say caused Hurricane Katrina, which, speaking of Hurricane Katrina, that's the reason why the Saints won the Super Bowl that year. Just put
It
it
was
out
just
there.
scripted for them to win
Exactly,
that
it
year.
was. For all you people who think NFL was scripted,
Yeah. That was
there's your
that
proof
was a
right there.
prime example.
But yeah, I feel like it was the two, like they controlled the weather,
Yeah.
and as a way to kind of hide it, they made the mist happen.
Okay.
So they can release what's out there, no one can really see it.
Yeah.
Then it went awry.
It did go awry. What's crazy is I think in Dubai currently, like this is real.
Yeah.
I mean, this is off of TikTok news.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is a reliable source or not.
100% factual.
But
yeah.
they created clouds in Dubai, and they have been getting a crazy rainstorm that is causing like rivers and airports
Really?
and stuff. Yeah, it's
Wow.
been intense.
That's pretty crazy, actually. Who would have thought?
Yeah, so it is crazy to think that like they were maybe manipulating the weather to then make the mist make sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we covered The Fog,
we did.
which is a John Carpenter classic,
It is.
and I feel like I don't know. I imagine Stephen King might have written The Mist first.
I do not know.
I do not know off the
Yeah.
top of my head, but once
Yeah.
again, we're not information based. We're just going off the
Yeah,
seat
but
of
if you
our
guys
pants.
know
here.
you want to comment,
Boom! Drop it in the comment section about
some-
how stupid we are.
add some nuance to our podcast.
Yeah, add some nuance.
We'd appreciate
We'd
it.
appreciate the nuance. It's not a copy of it because obviously the
By no
fucking
means. No,
Fog
yeah,
is
by
a
no means, no,
completely
yeah.
different vibe. But The Mist does a cool thing where it's like I like that the Thing posters in the background.
I love that. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
painting like posters and stuff.
Yeah.
It sets it up very well of being like a very aware horror film
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, this is gonna be bonkers.
Yeah.
If the Thing is in the background, you should do a bonkers ass movie.
Yeah.
Like you should no holds bar, fucking to the max of your abilities at that time. Just go. And I honestly feel like I get that from this movie. I like that Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Yeah.
is in it. I appreciate his stoicness.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the great actor legend that he is.
I love that it's almost the same character.
It's like the same character.
Yeah.
He's just like super poignant, very
Yeah.
stuck up kind of seeming
Before
character.
Holt hit
yeah.
the 9-9, he was out there.
Yeah. It's he was
Yeah.
out there. He survived the mist to go to the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Doesn't believe in anything.
Nothing. He's very
Everyone is
factual.
Factual.
Yeah. Very Facts.
Love it.
I did appreciate that. The one thing that's tricky for me is I have now included a toddler in my life with my current relationship status.
Yeah.
And I will say that watching this movie kind of adds a fucking eerie aspect for me.
Why?
It's intense, man. You know, you have that little kid character.
Okay. Well, before
the
you
dad,
say that, so
yeah.
the dad left the kid with fucking any and everything.
But that was a trustworthy town, though. I feel like that was the vibe that it was going for. I don't feel like
Okay.
that takes away from the movie at all.
It doesn't, but
I feel like it's an ode to small towns and just like knowing everybody and being like, I can trust my kid with this, because honestly, he could.
could he though?
He could, other than the
Could he,
lady
though?
86ing herself
Yeah.
with some sleeping
So
pills, but
he couldn't.
but-
And
but even
she,
then-
she felt the guilt that his eyes put on her.
yeah, but it's still intense because like I imagine myself in that situation. Granted that, in my current situation, it's not like my kid,
True.
but it is in a sense.
Yeah.
Like that is a kid that I love, and that is a kid that I will protect until
Yeah, of course,
the
yeah.
end of the world. So it's like it was including current mentality of growth, and I think that plays a lot into horror films. It's just like, where are you when you're watching it? How are you viewing this movie from the point of view that you are currently at? It can change a lot.
I 100% agree. 'Cause I remember watching it in high school.
Yeah.
When the lady's in the store and she is adamant about leaving
Yeah.
to go get her kids.
Yeah.
Back then, I thought, hey man, Fuck them kids.
Yeah, honestly, I think I can remember the same thing.
If he felt good enough to leave them,
Yeah, they'll be all right for a little bit. But watching it as adults, and you have a kid, and now
Yeah. I would panic
yeah.
and leave in a heartbeat.
Yeah, there's nothing going to be stopping me from
Yeah.
trying to get to the people that I love.
Yeah.
And-
Holt, Punisher, get out of the way.
Yeah,
I got to go.
Holt Punisher, move, because like you're not stopping me from getting to my people.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
it adds a whole nother level of like intensity and like relatability to this movie, where it's like you can not only relate to her, but you can relate to him as well. If
Yeah.
your kid was with you in the store, what measures are you going to go through to make sure that he and you are the safest out of everyone?
Yeah, I think he does make the statement like, hey, my kid's here.
Yeah, but also he doesn't so many times throughout this entire
Exactly.
movie. It's like, yo, your kid is in the fucking
Yeah.
grocery store, bro. Like, stop trying to be this fucking ultimate
Yeah.
hero.
He went to the pharmacy.
Yeah, he went to the fucking pharmacy.
He wanted to send people out.
Yeah, he
tie
constantly
ropes
wants.
around
Yeah,
them.
he constantly wants to try to. And I get it. It's he was written this way. It's like I can't knock him too far. It was
True.
character building and like character development throughout this movie. But it's like coming at it from the eyes that we now have,
Yeah.
being in our 30s and
Yeah.
the situations we're in. It's intense, dude. Where you're just like, fuck, dude. Like, yeah, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, if you're watching this movie, you're like, fuck these people. Like, stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
But also, you go from relating to the military guy and the checkout counter girl to then relating to the parents and the people. So you
Yeah.
kind of morph into this whole other viewpoint of this movie, being that we probably both watched it in our adolescent years.
Correct,
and
yeah.
now watching it in our adult years. So I feel like people kind of discount the fact that you're watching the movies currently with what you're going through. And
It does change your perspective.
it
of
can
things.
change your perspective.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you like or dislike it anymore. And if you do, it's for you to decide why.
Yeah.
Character choices are going to play into that, which we've already kind of mentioned with him choosing to constantly try to be this hero,
Yeah.
this guy that's always in the front of the situation. But honestly,
be.
he was kind of allotted to that by the group that he was around. So you're going to kind of feed off of that.
So at first, when I think it's Jim was his name,
yeah.
Jim pretty much tells him, I don't give a fuck that you're some fancy artist.
Yeah.
I'm not some small town hick.
But you are. And you
You're
proved
gonna
it throughout this
talk to me
entire movie.
Like I'm dumb.
You are dumb.
So you know what?
He
We're
read
not
that.
following you.
He read that character perfectly
100%.
because that character ends up being exactly who he said he wasn't
Yeah.
throughout this entire
Yeah.
process.
Just small town dumb hick who goes with the crowd.
He goes with the crowd and also what's easiest at the time.
Correct.
You're gonna follow who you feel in the feelings of that moment versus the logical thinking of survival.
Yeah.
Because you're not logically thinking if you're going out to the pharmacy.
True. Which Jim was not going to go with first until the teacher
Yeah, the teacher was
asked
like,
him, didn't I have you and your sister?
"You and your sister
Yeah.
were dumbasses."
Yeah.
yeah.
Jim, after you. Go ahead.
And that teacher character was cool, but also the old lady was a goat. That old lady was a goat.
Which one?
The one that made it to the truck right at the end?
Yeah, Sim Lee.
That's the teacher?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the
He
same lady.
taught
Yeah.
him and his sister.
Yeah, so she was a goat. She was one of the better characters in the movie. I also thought it was interesting. And I was talking to Mallory about this when I was watching, because we were watching it together. And I was like, why do all Walking Dead characters have to be in a movie? Like
Yeah.
3 of them each
Yeah.
prior to The Walking Dead.
Hey, man.
Like they probably just watched like some of the greatest horror films.
Yeah.
Like some of the top tier horror films. And we're like,
Got to have him.
1, 2,
Gotta
3,
have 'em.
4, 5,
Gotta have
6.
'em.
Gotta have these guys. It's crazy because they had 3 in this movie that
Yeah.
were tenured Walking
So the
Dead
only
characters.
one that I know was the guy who's from the Blob.
Which one was that?
The older guy who's in the car at the end, too.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
yeah.
He's the guy that runs in and is like, something's taking the people in
Yeah.
the mist.
I know him I know he's from, I never seen one, but I know he's from that.
It was the sheriff.
Yeah.
In the Blob. Yeah.
Well, who else is from that show?
So Andrea from Walking Dead is the blonde that makes it to the end as well.
Oh,
and the
okay.
lady that leaves to find her kids is Carol from The Walking Dead. And she
Really?
pulls off a buzz cut very well.
I would agree.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy because in The Walking Dead, she opts to like kill kids in The Walking Dead. And it's crazy to me
Nice.
that she was the person that opted to go out into the mist to save her kids. where like the kid that she quote unquote basically adopted through The Walking Dead. Now I never finished the fucking series, so if I'm speaking on behalf of a character that you guys ended up hating or loving more, sorry, but she was like, look at the flowers, and fucking shoots this girl in the head because she killed her sister. Or like a friend. And
an eye for an eye.
Yeah, an eye for an eye, basically. But Carol, so those three were in The Walking Dead, like tenured characters, made it multiple seasons, not just like a one-op episode kind of character.
Cool. Yeah.
And I was literally like, because I think me and her had watched something else where I was like, that's, I constantly IMDbing shit when I'm watching movies. I'm like, that's where I know them from. But sometimes I just know, and it was cool because like. This came out years and years prior to The Walking Dead, but such GOAT characters from The Walking Dead were picked from this movie to be such iconic characters that were played in The Walking Dead. Is cool because I honestly feel like the creators are like, yeah, they're good. Those are our guys or gals.
Put them all in there.
Put them all in there. I feel like this movie does a really good job of painting. Like as crazy as the situation is of The Mist, that's not the movie. The movie has less to do with The Mist and more to do with humans and like problems that arise from conflict between each other. And I feel like probably has some deeper fucking meaning that we're obviously not going to pick up on.
Yeah. So human nature.
Yeah.
We all have a survival instinct.
All of us. It's innate.
And when people are divided in different groups, you're going to align yourself with someone.
Yes.
Either based on your true values or based on what's going on in the moment.
Yes.
So I like this early on when they're going out to get the generator started.
Yeah.
And they're fighting about who's going to go out there
to
clear the ducks or whatever. In that moment, you see where people are going to align. They're going to align with who they know.
Yeah.
Fuck the situation. Fuck what you heard or you thought you heard. We're going to align together. As you see them as it goes on, they change. They're aligned with Mr. Drayton. Main character's name.
Yeah, Drayton. Yeah.
So it plays on that, but also has the religious aspect as well.
Yeah, with that crazy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, it's crazy because, like, even with the Drayton situation, it's like the only person that backed him from the jump was Glasses.
Good old Ollie.
He
was my
favorite character in this movie.
Yeah.
Hands down, bar none. The dude did what the fuck he needed to do.
He did.
Unfortunately, what happened, so we'll get into it in a little bit.
Hey.
But he stayed true to his original gut instinct of what he thought was going to get him the farthest in this situation. And it's crazy because, like, I'm pretty sure he's in like some Avengers movie. I'm pretty sure I've seen him somewhere as like some scientist.
Okay.
But like the portrayal, like the actor that they chose portrayed that person. Like, you wouldn't look at that character and expect him to be that goated.
He seems like a mild-mannered,
very
manager
timid,
at a supermarket.
Assistant manager. Because I think that other guy was above him.
Oh, Bud, yeah.
Oh, Bud was a douchebag digbag.
But when it came down to it, Ollie said, "Shut the fuck up and listen to me."
Yeah,
this is what we're doing.
And it's crazy because, like, appearance-wise, he wouldn't be that guy, and I like that's what they did with the Mist. Is it's like, the Punisher guy is, he's going to be a main. And obviously, other characters like the Christian lady, she very much portrayed a Karen in today's society.
Correct.
And you're like, that's, you can follow along with that regardless of the time frame. And I thought that was super cool. But his character, probably one of the reasons why at least he's my favorite, maybe one of yours, is looking at him, he seems weak and timid because he's some fucking grocery store assistant manager, probably never did shit with his life, but then is honestly like the truest and following his gut and being a problem solver. It's not just like he was a sheep following the shepherd. He was shoulder to shoulder with the shepherd and creating survivable situations because you find out he's fucking top shot. He was a award-winning shooter.
Good old back in 94.
Back in 95, and it's cool because it's like That could have just been a moment that he talked about and then failed, because movies do that a lot.
When it comes down to it, when the creatures first come through
The glass.
yeah, he's hesitant to shoot.
Very.
I think, oh damn, he's full of
But
shit.
in my opinion, he's hesitant to miss.
Yeah.
He's not hesitant to shoot.
Next thing you know, he's fucking headshot.
Yeah, he wants it to not have any catastrophic problems behind.
Yeah.
So he's looking for the best backdrop to then fire.
Yeah.
Which means he legitimately was a top tier fucking shooter.
Did you see that when Drayton's son's in the way?
Yes, he hasn't pulled the trigger yet.
He pulls him, headshot immediately,
dude, lays it down
without hesitation.
So my question about that whole sequence is: so you get through the first tentacle. How'd you do? Let me ask this: You're anti-tentacle guy.
Yeah, 100%.
So how, me and Mallory were talking about this last night. How did you feel about the whole aspect in that bay door scene?
So
with the tentacles, like
my first thought was,
Yeah.
you put me in that situation.
Yeah.
As he's standing there and you see their eyes go down,
Yeah.
because they see it coming, I would have ran back into that grocery store so fucking quick. You couldn't have slowed me down and asked what I saw, what's going on, and I'm beelining out that front fucking door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like regardless, you're all the way out of the
because
store.
I know it's back there. I'm good. I'm fucking sprinting through that door.
You know, it was.
I got my key. I'm hitting the alarm. Yeah.
And my 05 Camry, I got to run up to it with the keys, man. I'm
thinking,
fucked.
the mission only go but so far. I'm thinking, well, the lady left.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to her, and there was
True.
no screams when she left,
True.
like that guy that ran to his car.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I heard no screams.
I heard those screams, but I didn't hear these screams.
So I can assume she
So
got
there's
far
a
enough.
50-50 chance
Yeah.
that you could ultimately survive.
Yeah. But sitting right here with them with these fucking tentacles, there's a 100% chance I'm gonna die of a heart attack. So I'll take my chance.
Yeah, dude, it was cool because like when we were watching it, she was like, "Jake's gonna have a coronary," and I was like, "Holy fuck,
Yeah.
Jake is gonna have a
Yeah,
coronary."
100%.
Like, watching this scene, and then I was
Done.
like, "I wonder how he would react in that scene."
Done.
But I mean, it's just terrifying, regardless. Like even if you're not scared of
Yeah.
tentacles, it is.
They were helping trying to pull him out.
Their teeth,
No.
mouth monsters
Yeah.
on tentacles.
When they went through and you see us stand up
yeah,
and slams in the bag.
Oh, he eats the dog food.
Yeah.
yeah. And then you see the pecker one come in, the real thick joint that comes
Oh.
in. Yeah, dude. Then he stands up and opens up. I'm like, that's scary as fuck, dude.
That legit had me like moving in my seat. Like,
Were you
oh,
sweating
shit.
a little Hell House origins
I know
for
I've
you?
seen this before, but I don't like this.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was like, well, how would Jake react to that?
Too much.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna ask you now is, so when I was working today, I was like replaying certain aspects of this movie in my head because like that whole process or that whole once the moth-like mosquito creatures come up,
Yeah.
it kind of takes the movie from an alien movie to a just complete infestation of unknown.
Yeah.
It went from a being or beings of magnitude to, oh fuck, they're all different shapes and
Yeah.
sizes and
There's
creatures.
different creatures coming out.
It really changes the whole dynamic of the mist because like originally like with that screaming with just the mist, you're like, I'm not sure. Then you see the tentacles and you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then you get to this and you're like, okay, they're attracted to the light like bugs would be. I get that. But my question is when Homegirl, that was a cashier,
Yeah.
and Homegirl, that was the Christian,
Uh-huh.
how do you feel about that? So my question is it like a wasp? Do you know what I'm asking?
I don't.
Okay. So if you stand like a T-Rex, right? If you
Yeah.
stand still, they won't fuck with you,
No.
right? So the movie or the lady portrays it as she's all holy and she doesn't get affected
Yeah.
because she believes that this is, God and the devil and the end of times.
Yeah.
She feels like she's a speaker of God to try to get as many other people
Okay.
into heaven as possible. That's not it. She was calm.
So you think
She didn't swing at it.
Yeah.
She didn't react.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same as like a wasp or a bee, where like if you swing at it, it's now in attack mode. That's why the girl gets stung in the neck, because if you pay attention, she swats it.
Yeah.
She swats at it multiple times.
Yeah.
And then
As you
gets
should.
stung in the neck.
I feel like
But the Christian lady who was calm,
yeah.
regardless of her reasoning of being calm,
Okay.
it's only the fact that she was calm.
Yeah.
Your adrenaline is low, your heart rate is low, your body temperature is lower.
Yeah.
So that creature won't react the same. So in the movie, it portrays it as like, oh shit, is she?
Yeah.
Maybe knowing more than we all do. But ultimately, it's just a bug reacting to fight or flight.
So I feel like if you're, and you know, with her character in particular, if you're brainwashed to a certain extent,
Yeah.
you'll believe anything.
Yeah.
If you believe that being calm will make this thing not bother you, or you are just, you know, the one
Yeah.
on earth, you'll do anything. Now, other lady who I honestly feel, because those things flew around for a while,
Yeah.
they passed other people
They weren't swatting out of them.
who we didn't see all of them,
Yeah, but honestly.
and there were some who were just standing there,
Yeah.
and they flew right by them.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it was an instinct of, well, you know, this one believes, this one's moving, this
Yeah.
one's not moving. They were all of them were swinging at them. Some were just, they were fly by, they'd swing, they keep going.
Yeah, but I honestly feel like so a lot of the people that were swinging at them had the torches or
Yeah.
had like a broom.
I do feel
when it's
like,
mano bug versus human,
yeah,
the bug knows they are from a different dimension. We figured that out.
Yeah.
They're obviously going to be slightly smarter than say
which
our
also would
bugs.
mean religion wouldn't mean anything to them.
Religion. I'm not saying religion does. I'm
Yeah.
saying the movie portrayed it
Yeah.
as. That's why people could maybe look at her and be like, "Oh, she's right."
That's why I
Where
think it was.
honestly, it's just the fact that she was calm.
I
The
think,
only fact that she didn't get stung is because she didn't go like this.
so
She didn't swing at it.
when we find out that this is military made,
But yeah, it was military made because they opened a portal instead of a window to another universe.
which make me think it is advanced intelligence.
bugs. Yeah.
Yeah. So her being out in the open, the bug coming over not doing anything to her, and people watching, then gives her a bigger following.
Yeah, but the bugs don't care about that.
You don't know that.
They just want to survive.
Well,
Because they come across even if they're smarter,
it
they're
could be
they're
a,
just
a,
bugs.
a part of their survival. Because it could be her having a group behind her, other people not being with her. Her whole thing is staying here, blah, blah, blah. Other people turning against that and going out into the mist,
Yeah.
which then gives them more shit to eat.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we're both looking at it. You're looking at it from
Yeah, there's
movie
different point of views to look at.
logic, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from like a bug logic.
Yeah.
But it's just like I was wondering about how you felt, and we're obviously not in agreement on that, which
Yeah.
is cool. But for me, it really felt like it was just like a wasp theory, where it's like if you swat at the wasp, there's a higher chance of you getting stung.
See, and
Or like if you just stand still, a lot of times they'll just buzz around you.
only one I disagree is wasps don't like me.
Wasps don't like me either.
So I can be.
I get stung standing still.
I do as well.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, no, that can't be it.
But at the end of the day, it's like, the rule of that's why I also said T-Rex,
Yeah.
because neither one of us have come front to front with the T-Rex yet.
Yeah.
But in Jurassic Park, you stand still, you survive, and I honestly feel like that was a ploy or a play in this movie, where it's like, yes, I can agree that I feel like in the grocery store dynamic, it was seen as her being untouchable and her
Yeah.
being holy. I honestly don't feel like the bugs gave a fuck.
No one else was that fucking calm but her. That's why I said the brainwashing made her that calm.
The brainwashing did make her that
the
calm.
average person
I don't
is
think she
not standing
was
still.
thinking about it like I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, ultimately, I think the bugs themselves
Yeah.
are just bugs.
All right.
Like, I feel like the bigger the entity, maybe.
Yeah.
But also, there's a couple questions I had about the whole aliens that are in this movie anyway, which we'll get to. But those little bugs, they're big, but they're little
They are big.
in comparison to like the pterodactyls that fly in behind them that are trying to eat them. Ultimately, those bugs are just trying to get away. They're trying to get to the light and get away from those other bigger things. You can tell that this, as advanced as they may be, ultimately it's still the bigger fish gets the smaller fish.
Yeah.
And the only reason that they didn't is because the humans were now fucking with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, now that we've talked about that, I feel like this movie plays a very good brainwash scheme. And I feel like we mentioned earlier, it's a, as scary as The Mist is, the scariest part of this movie is humans and what they're willing to do or to not do in order to survive.
It's all about survival. And what's crazy is...
So where do you... Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Where do you lean? Like, you're in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Let's not even say kids are with us. Let's just say you right now are stuck in a grocery store in that exact same setting. Where are you leaning? Like, which group of people are you leaning towards?
If I meet without kids,
Yeah, just you
I am
by yourself.
remaining in that grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm riding it out.
Yeah.
Because whether it's mist or fog,
Yeah.
where the fuck's out there, the two things people need to survive, I have right
Food,
there.
water, shelter.
I have
Oh, it's
three. I have
Yes.
right there.
Sorry.
I had the reason to leave.
Yeah.
And you find out later in the movie that, kind of staying put
Would work.
was a good idea.
Yeah. It's crazy because, like, if you are just a single person in that situation, you are going to try to lean towards that.
Yeah, if you have nothing to go save and fight for,
Yeah, if you have nothing to
where-
go save and fight.
where the fuck are you going?
Yeah. You have no reason
You'll
to
stay
leave.
there.
Yeah, you have no reason to leave.
You're in a small amount of people you know, people you trust, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
You'll hang out there.
And you'll gain trust
Yeah.
throughout this process.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But also,
Like Holt only left because he's not from there. He's an outsider.
he feels like an outsider and they're trying to
People-
ostracize him.
people who were there he didn't trust.
I would want to be there with people I don't trust.
So he figured my best option is,
to leave with the
To
people I
leave.
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
as he calls them, my people.
Yeah.
People he wrangled up.
It's crazy because
And
there's
took out to get
there's,
fucking
there's
slaughtered.
societal differences.
Yeah.
There's religion differences.
Yeah.
And it shows all three of those aspects in a very, in my opinion, honest. It's not that asinine to believe that could happen today
I agree.
with that exact same dynamic. It's fucked up to think that, like, Holt, or not Holt, but we're just gonna call him Holt.
Oh, yeah.
He's feeling racially profiled, and also
Which
the fact that
he never mentioned.
but it's
But you know
very
it's there.
much hinted at because it is a small white town,
Yeah.
a small waterside town,
Yeah. He's
where
the only black lawyer there.
yeah, and he's from out of town,
Yeah.
which means you're an outsider, so you're immediately gonna play both against yourself,
Yeah.
regardless of how people truly feel
Yeah.
or not. But some of them do, like, Mr. fucking old time boy that switches sides all the time. Jim
Yeah.
makes you feel like maybe there
sucks.
is some racially driven stuff here.
When he comes up and says, I heard you. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, Jim. You?
At least he didn't say boy.
True.
that's where I get. That's where I even for me it's tune out for
when
me.
Holt calls him Hicks, I'm thinking, okay.
Yeah.
Now
What's about to
now
happen?
Whatever he says back to you.
You've kind of brought onto
You opened the
yourself in
door.
a sense, yeah. But it is crazy because, we honestly don't know what happens with Holt.
He dies.
We don't know that for sure.
Yes, it's assumed.
But because he wasn't on that truck at the end of the movie, it would elude.
He probably didn't make it out the fucking parking lot.
Probably not.
But Buzzcut lady went to go get her kids. I think she survived because she left early on.
I feel like it's a combination of things.
Of what?
Early on in calmness. She was very mellow.
So that calmness goes a long way for
I
you.
feel like it does. Because it plays into both. She wasn't that hysterical. She left with her thoughts clear. Like, if you think about it, the guy that runs out to his car is in a full fucking panic.
He is.
He's barely opening the door.
Yeah.
And once the mist kind of overruns him, he stops. He's looking up at it. Then he disappears and he's screaming.
Yeah.
I feel like your adrenaline and your excitement are going to play into that a lot more. Whereas, like, she probably honestly, calmly.
Oh, shit, dude.
What?
That's probably it.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it's a heart rate in a.
So now I think about it, military, war, that's accurate to this.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sometimes I'm smart.
That was good.
Sometimes that's fine.
that could not be it.
It could not be it,
but that makes sense.
it makes sense to
where
everything
if
that
you're
happens.
in war, going against your enemy, and you know to be calm.
Yeah, you're
it
going to
doesn't
make it
affect
that much
you.
farther.
They're panicked. It's going to immediately go after them.
Yep. I honestly feel like it's the T-Rex theory
Hey, we're
throughout
done
this
here.
entire
All right,
fucking
guys.
movie.
Thanks for listening. You know,
No, that's how I left the movie. Is it's like, think about it, even when they run to the car.
yeah,
Unfortunately, our favorite character, he wasn't that excited,
he was pretty calm.
but he turned
was,
around,
like, just standing there.
He turned around in a pure bliss, and that could have gotten his heart rate up.
Yeah,
Where he's like, "I did it."
yeah. You can do
You're
shit.
excited that you did
Yeah.
it, and you just get picked up by the monstrosity of the monster that whatever those things are, the fucking big things,
I guess-
the medium sized things.
Yeah. So I guess now looking back on it, Drayton was pretty calm
He was calm.
for a lot of the movie until it came down to make some serious decisions.
Yeah, he makes a really bad ones at the end, but we'll get there. My thing is you're expecting me to believe that the biggest creature, the biggest one that we saw in this entire movie,
It's all walking by. or
is the
whatever.
tentacle one.
Yeah.
It was just standing there,
Hanging out.
chilling by the bay door of
Yeah.
the grocery store.
Yeah.
Pretty big plot hole, in my opinion.
It had to be a different creature.
Couldn't have been.
There's no way it's the same thing. As big as that fucking thing
Yeah.
was, it would have literally been laying down on the ground.
That's what I was saying. It's on its side.
Yeah, just, all right, do you think?
Yeah, it's
No.
taking a nap. But that's the only creature we saw that looked like that. And they wouldn't have shown it in that detail if it wasn't that creature.
wasn't it. Yeah, I guess so.
But my question is like in that scene where they see it, it's shaking the vehicle walking.
Yeah.
Did not happen in the store.
Yeah, because that's why I think it's maybe not the same creature.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a smaller version.
Unless it is standing up and just banging its tentacles from
Just fucking
40 feet in the air.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It's it's like udders. It's like uncontrollable udders.
Ugh.
It's but then you get to the nitty gritty where they do, our guy dies. He gets eaten by a monster, the medium sized monsters that look kind of like
oh, before we get there,
oh, sorry.
would you have made that trip to the pharmacy?
No. I don't care about the burn guy.
Yeah.
No offense.
I kind of feel like I would just send his brother or whatever.
Yeah. If you want to get him stuff,
Yeah,
cool.
Dude, you go.
There's a 90% chance he's not making it. He was on fire for a second.
Yeah, he also wanted a gun.
He wanted to blow his brains out.
Yeah, so there's a 99% chance he's not going to make it.
So would have given him the gun.
There you go.
Yeah.
Make sure no one sees anything.
Yeah. Try to put like some tissue paper
Yeah.
next to it so
Do
it's a
what you
little
gotta do.
quieter.
Yeah.
It's fucked up to say, but it's survival. The guy's
Yeah.
fucked. And I'm pretty sure your average pharmacy doesn't have anything that's going to make him survive.
Yeah. Also, when you say, I didn't know it hurt this bad, damn, dude.
I would imagine it would hurt just that bad.
Your quality of life is not going to be very good. Also, what do you think burns feel like?
Also, maybe don't kick a fucking bucket of
Yeah,
gasoline
how did
carrying a
that happen?
mop on fire.
Be very careful.
You have to watch your surroundings. Now, granted, I get in trouble a lot
Okay.
at my girlfriend's house because I don't look down and I be stepping on toys all the time.
A toy in a bucket.
Are
two different
significantly
things. Yeah.
different, right? They're the size of them are significantly different. I have yet to kick over a bucket full of anything.
Yeah, it's
in
not
my
it's
32
not
years
Legos
of life.
across the grocery
Yeah.
store.
Or like a fucking T-Rex here or there,
Yeah.
It is, but I was thinking about that. I was like, it's funny because like when I was a barista, I call it lingering arm syndrome,
Uh-huh.
where like I will do something and my arm would just be retarded and just fucking knock everything down in its path, like I almost just did.
Yeah.
I've almost done it a couple times during this episode, but like, you wonder like what your survival instincts are going to be. Like watching a movie like this, you kind of put yourself into scenarios, and it's like, I honestly feel like I personally wouldn't have been a mop gas guy.
No.
Personally, I would have been hiding in the aisles because, like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
My thing is,
Maybe a pokey stick
Yeah.
I would have gone for here or there, but
don't,
you
do not involve me in this.
everybody seems to be handling shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back here because there's a plethora of people in this movie that ain't done shit, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And you know what? They probably lived.
Now, unless there's a reason for me, like if I'm, the guy with the kid in the store,
Yeah.
like maybe I'll be a little bit more gung
Because
ho.
unless that monster we saw walking came and just stomped all over that fucking supermarket,
Yeah, absolutely.
all the people lived.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. A guy who, there's probably people in there who didn't do anything
And made
the entire time.
And made it.
They just ate.
They could have bounced back and forth between like, I'm fucking with this religious bitch. No, I'm fucking with this gung ho guy.
Like,
and they
you know
still
what?
made it.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
They probably ate, drank, hang out in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super sad that the army guy got killed. That was a crazy moment in the movie.
So that did nothing for me.
It was crazy
So
because
there
like
was-
it shows
there was 3 at first.
they hung them. Two hung themselves.
2 hung themselves. One who also knew the same information.
Yeah. He didn't though.
He knew.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He knew.
Also, he should have protected his lady a little better. Swung on that bug a little quicker.
Yeah.
If my girlfriend's getting attacked by a stingy bug,
As
I'm
soon
turning
as,
into Mike Tyson.
okay,
Bro.
so that thing bit her. Would you suck the poison out?
Absolutely. Give it a whirl.
Okay.
Spit
He
real
just-
quick.
He just tell her, hey, you'll be fine.
He's like, hey, you'll be. Ugh.
Damn, that shit look out fucked.
You look like a creature now. That was cool though. That was probably one of my favorite prosthetics that,
was- yeah.
happened in the movie.
I
Yeah.
went through that blink over it. All right. Shh. All right.
We didn't really know each other.
Yeah, barely. I'm
I was
not-
going off to.
Yeah.
I was going off anyway.
Yeah. This was
Like we
going
made
anywhere.
out in the room. You didn't even vibe with it at all.
She didn't.
It wasn't what you wanted.
Yeah.
But we're about to fucking survive. I knew what was happening, and I was
Yeah.
just wasn't trying to tell you
Yeah.
what was happening. But like, let's make out real quick.
Yeah, I guess I'll just tell you now. So
Actually, what's happening is like we should just hang out back here because this is some interdimensional shit that's going on out there.
we should
I would have just stayed in the break room, dude.
yeah, just hang out.
Fucking pull through the door, bro. Listen to everybody scream.
Because you gotta think. Because you know now not to go in the back.
Don't go to the receiving bay. Don't go to the front.
Don't stay in the front. Middle, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, it's there's a lot that could happen.
Break
like
room.
especially once the
The
bugs
spot.
happen.
Yeah.
A break room is usually one door, 4 walls with
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah, microwave,
So you know,
probably a TV in there.
yeah, you have comforts, maybe a chair or two.
You're good.
You can go out there when everything seems quiet and grab
Yeah.
you some snacky snacks.
Yeah.
I'm surviving this
Yeah.
movie
By doing nothing.
by doing nothing. It's the overachievers and the
Yeah, I'm not jumping in, not
No.
going out.
I'm not putting my 2 cents in.
Again, me with no kid. Me with a kid, I'm gun ho. I'm homegrown in the buzzkill. We're gone. We're going out there.
Yeah. But also like if my kid is with me,
You're good.
the break room is still the best fucking option.
Yeah, because your wife is gone.
I mean, it's
100%.
sad to think.
No chance.
But with what I've witnessed,
Yeah.
there's a 99.9% chance her ass got eaten. Because, most women, they're very inquisitive
yeah.
and wondering. So they
Okay.
want to see what's going on. I feel like they would like pop their heads out if some crazy shit's happening. The next thing you know, you're getting eaten or spidered.
Yeah, I'm not
The spiders in this movie are intense.
They are.
They have like acid webs.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So once it hits dude's leg
Yeah.
and he's down, I was, fuck him.
Sorry, bro.
We're here because you anyway.
Yeah.
So you're here.
Your brother.
So just
You and your brother are gonna go meet
Yeah.
in another world,
Yeah,
brother.
you-
Amen.
You will see him soon.
You will. Or you won't. Yeah, shit happened.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's all about how you lived your life.
The fact that the MP only made it from the grocery store to the pharmacy is insane to me. But it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's crazy. They were there.
Yeah. He was like, you guys got 5 more minutes. Get the fuck up out in the store.
What'd you make it? 2 minutes?
He went next door to get some condoms, I guess, because he
Damn,
fucking
dude.
got.
So they were already over there, I guess.
I think the MP went over there to get something, yeah.
Yeah.
Or to warn more. Maybe there were some other military guys over there. Who knows?
Yeah, we got to go
Yeah.
right now. I can't. tell
Everybody
you
has to get
why.
back to base because we need to then deploy you guys in hazmat suits to kill these monsters.
Yeah, you'll come back.
The movie does a good job of painting a very realistic survival-esque movie without zombies. A lot of times these kind of things are zombies.
I agree with that. And also, on survival, I can't remember her name, but the religious lady.
Yeah,
Killing her had to be done.
had to be done.
So now, at first,
That's also what played into me loving that character. So
at
much.
first she was like, grab the boy. Okay. I'm not sure why,
that was
but I'll go with it. Grab the whore too. Okay. Now it's getting too much.
Yeah, once you said grab the boy, I'm done.
But then she was like, kill them both. Me and Ollie had the same idea, same good idea. Shot him. As soon as she said that, he shot her.
Yeah. Also,
you know what, bitch? That's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, grab him for leverage or you want to kill him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too much.
Pure blood or some shit to give to them. I don't know. I didn't like it. But also, I feel like I would have tied her up super early on.
Yeah,
No, that's not fair because I also said I'd be hiding in the break room, so I wouldn't even know what the fuck's going on out there.
sure. You're like, is she dead?
I think I can go grab my Chex Mix right now.
But if you're out there, that's not someone you want walking around while you're sleeping.
Yeah, you
100%.
You really don't. But
And-
also,
and he mentioned that about her sacrificing people the next morning.
yeah,
You don't want that walking
yeah,
around.
you do not want that going on.
Yeah.
But also, it kind of also shed light on the dad being a horrible judge of character throughout this entire
100%.
entire movie. Like as like gung ho and he's a terrible judge of character. He gives everybody the benefit of the doubt. Tries to be the fucking mediator between all these people.
Dude, we
But
don't know you.
Once you're segregating a group of people against, at least if I'm in his situation, I don't want to be, but if I'm in his situation, and one particular person is segregating a group of people against every fucking thing that I'm saying,
Yeah.
you're now my enemy.
You're fighting two battles now. Her and
And
those
the
people
Mist.
and the Mist.
Yeah, it's no, dude.
You gotta take her out.
No, you know,
Because the second they do, they all back off.
they back off. They're like, you know,
Good old Jim.
yeah. He's immediately like, oh well, wait.
He literally dropped the knife.
Hey, you know what, guys? Maybe I'm on your side after all.
Ollie's about to lay you out.
Yeah, he's a sharpshooter, and took two. I didn't know why he shot her in the gut first, but I'll take it.
Headshot.
She like raises her hands up. Some symbolism.
Yeah.
Symbolism. Had to do a little Boondock Saints for you. Yeah, it was. She needed to die. I'm happy she did. I'm stoked on the way she went out. Just wish it was a headshot first.
Yeah.
But then again, pow, calm, pow. I get it. You know, hit center mass, breathe a second. You know she's gonna be out of it because she's got hit in the gut. Then she fucking, oh yeah, oh no, fuck no, pow, right in the fucking dome piece, and you end her. And then it causes everything to kind of go back to normal. And by normal, it's still fuckery, but she's at least out of the picture. Not, you know, how holy art thou when you get shot in the dome?
Sure.
You know, your holy being can't protect you from a bullet to
That
the
is true.
brain.
And then, you know,
And then the decision to go to the vehicle and just drive until we're out of gas. But still, let's just make a quick pit stop to make sure that my wife is okay. Everybody else in the car was cool with their situations.
yeah,
Everybody else was just single.
we're good.
Everybody else was just alone.
Yeah. So her husband, he's out of the country.
Okay.
Older couple, older people,
Older people. They
I
weren't
would
even a
assume-
couple.
probably single.
Maybe they
So-
were getting
so-
real close back seat.
So it's all good. I can't remember. Was his wife dead?
I have no clue. Teacher, maybe.
Yeah.
No. Nurse. I don't know.
No. Was his wife dead?
Whose wife?
Drayton.
Yeah, she was the spider webs when they pulled up to the house.
Damn.
Yeah, she was all cocooned. And he was like, "That's my grandfather's tree." I was like, "I didn't even see a tree, but all right."
All right, we're done. So now, this is the part for a lot of people.
Yeah. How do you feel about this part? The end,
I
or the
I
right
wa-
before the end?
I 100% hate it
I don't understand it.
because you sat in a grocery store for 2 days,
Yeah.
but you can't sit in the car at one spot for a fucking hour.
Just because you see some big beast walking around, they have not messed with you once.
Didn't look at you.
Haven't messed with you. Have fucking 97
Kept walking.
lights on your vehicle.
Yeah.
Your your car's dying. Your lights are still on.
Making all the noise.
And 37 seconds later, you all agree to a mass suicide,
you know what? All right. Time to end this.
including your own child.
You-
I don't have my own kin. I don't yet. But what I do have is a kid that I do love.
I can't do that to my kid. someone else's kid.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We're going to wait it out.
I honestly can't imagine a situation after, let's call it 12 hours. Let me put myself in that exact same situation. Car dies. We're out of gas. We're all sitting in a vehicle. Mind you, it's the same theoretical concept of the grocery store. Windows and metal all around me.
Yeah.
Only thing that's a little broken up is my windshield, but it's solid still.
Yeah.
Nothing's gotten in yet.
Yeah.
Nothing's gotten in yet. There's no reason for me to get to this point of thought.
And you have a gun.
I have a gun with 4 bullets in it. There
Yeah.
are 5 people in the car. In my head, I go, well, something comes at us. I got 4 opportunities to get them away from me, right?
Exactly.
But also, I can't imagine looking at these people that I've now spent. Now, these 2 days are unlike our 2 days.
Sure.
So even if you consider it 5 days, let's give it a plus or a minus 3, right? A plus 3. What you said just radiates with me. You did 2 days
Yeah.
in an unsurvivable situation
Yeah.
that you took a more survivable situation than what you got yourself in. This is a personal choice to get in a vehicle and drive until you run out of gas, hoping that you outdrive the mist. You realize that you don't, but also prior to that, you ate and drank probably, because nobody ever seemed hungry, starving, thirsty. That was never a play in this movie. That was never because you're in a grocery store.
Yeah. You left. You left an ideal situation.
Why they didn't say plan a little better? Let's
Yeah.
grab some supplies. They did.
Had 2 days to
Well,
plan.
they did, but then the lady took them, the Christian
I
lady.
mean, yeah, but
Also she got shot, so you could have just grabbed them.
you just
Still.
re-get it.
Yeah, but also it was legitimately minutes,
Yeah.
if not seconds.
Yeah.
We'll call it minutes for the benefit of the doubters
Of course,
out there
yeah,
that
yeah.
movie magic type shit.
Yeah.
But it was within even if it's an hour. Imagine an hour after days of survival, and your immediate response is eye contact. That you're like, that's what they all want.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. But your son didn't look at you and go, "Yeah, Dad, shoot me in the fucking
Yeah.
head."
No one, except for the man in the back, he gave him the nod.
He gave him the nod, like, "That's what we're doing."
Yeah.
But was that the nod?
Yeah, your fucking old ass can do that.
But you could shoot yourself, and then I can pick the gun up
Yeah,
from
here you go. Do your thing.
Here, buddy. Hey, kid, close your ears and eyes. Hey, cover his ears and eyes. Hey, lady, might want to duck a little in case there's some debris.
Because the second the first shot goes off, the kid, you see he's already awake.
Yeah. He woke up, looked at Dad, and it was like, bah, bah, bah. So I imagine it was dad, lady, old people. Who's going to fight you? Not the old people. But it's just crazy to me that you're going to paint this entire movie this way. And I will say everybody in that car had more will than that, or they wouldn't have been in that vehicle in the first place. That's what confuses me so much.
So with her, the woman in the front, seeing her close her eyes and start crying, she 100% did not want that.
No, but she knew that he was in control of the situation.
Because he has the guns.
Yeah, he has the pew-pew and did what the pew-pewing does.
I have no say so.
I can't imagine. Your instinct is to survive. That's why you left the grocery store. In hours, most cars can go for 10 hours, maybe. There's no timeline of how long they were driving.
Yeah.
And
also,
it could have been a full tank. Who knows?
It kind of sucks to think that he did that, and within 5 minutes,
the tanks are rolling through.
And homegirl who left earlier is
Looks at him
like, you piece of shit.
I'm here with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
That you said I have my own kid. You shot him in the fucking head.
Where's your kid now?
He should be imprisoned upon survival of this situation.
I mean, he could be. Who knows?
Who knows? He could be like, I just walked up on the vehicle.
Yeah, sure.
And they're like, sir, it's registered to you.
Yeah.
It was his vehicle.
Yeah, sure.
And that was honestly one of my first questions is court wise, you're fucked.
Okay, now we're going back to real life now.
Yeah, it's real civilization, motherfuckers. We're
Yeah.
taking out these things with torches and guns. And
Once we clear this out, we need to talk.
You have to account for why there's 4 dead people
In your
in your
car.
registered vehicle, and
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah.
That all the bullets came from the driver's seat. We can we can figure out the analytics and the trajectory of the bullets to realize that you did this.
I want to use homegirl in court. Well, I tried to get him to help me get my kids.
Yeah.
He chose not to.
This guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He not only said he wouldn't save my kids, but he shot his in the face.
Yeah. Him right here.
Yeah. See this guy screaming outside of his fucking 78 4Runner?
Yeah.
You
Know what his
know,
name is? Guilty.
guilty. He also paints fucked up pictures. So you might need to check him anyway.
Yeah.
It's crazy. to me,
He's
dude.
probably the cause of all this.
He is. It's his fault. He brought this on. You know, he has a picture of the thing in his office, and it brought aliens
Yeah.
to our planet or our reality. It's crazy, and I get it.
I remember people booing
I get it.
when that happened in the movie.
I get it. It's a pushing of the envelope, but everything that led up to that doesn't lead me to that being the outcome.
You can't make,
is the biggest problem.
You can't make out of 199 logical decisions,
And then
then one.
4 really illogical decisions.
Yeah, like, dude, what the fuck?
You didn't want to just like sit there for a second.
Wait,
You know, nothing's attacking. That's what if like the
Yeah,
truck
exactly.
was being attacked
you're just sitting
by
there
like
waiting.
even if it's the fucking moth bugs, you're just like, oh, they sting. Fuck it. Pa, 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 pa. Ah, get me.
Yeah,
That would make more
then
sense.
It makes sense to get rid of them and then get out of the car and let them get you.
Yeah.
I get that.
Cool that.
But you're just sitting there in the mist.
It's just mist. And you saw a big ass cow udder tentacle beast that's 800 feet tall.
Yeah.
Walk over you, and he by the time you made that decision, he's plumb over yonder. He's
Yeah.
fucking gone. He didn't even send a tentacle down to check your fucking vehicle.
Yeah.
You have no reason to be this fucking uptight.
He was
Months,
so tight. Yeah.
like months would have to pass by before I would ever consider killing even a stranger.
True.
Now, unless that stranger, like the Christian lady, like yeah, she could go day one.
Yeah.
But like people that were like on my side and
the
like,
entire time.
the entire time and like having my back, I had their back. They were with me. We made the same decisions. We went the same route.
It's my kid. You were watching my kid.
Yeah. Hey, good job. Like 2 old people in the back, maybe. But that son lady thing didn't.
It made no
It
sense.
made no sense.
I mean,
that
honestly,
guy gives you the head nod. The old lady kind of does too. If you watch it, she's kind of like, eh.
I mean, 'cause they know
They're old as fuck.
their life, the problem in their life
Positive
is
60s
behind them.
Yeah, they're like, we might not be able to walk as far as you guys.
Yeah.
you know.
If we fucking fall,
Yeah,
and break a leg,
if we fucking bust an ankle, we're
we are
fucked.
fucked out here.
Yeah. So like, I feel like even if it's like, bah, bah, you still got 2.
True.
You still got 3 people.
That's what I would do. Pop, pop.
Yeah.
All right, now let's.
Sorry about that,
let's-
son.
let's
Like,
try
I got to explain
let's
this
try
to you real
figure
quick.
this
Yeah.
out now.
What we going to do? We're in the front seat. It's getting a little stanky back there. And then Tank rolls through the mist and you're
Yeah.
good.
So that quick little conversation after taking 2 of them out,
Yeah.
you're safe.
You're saying, dude, literally, like, everybody cool. And son's like, Dad, you kind of killed some people. And you're like, it was, you
Yeah.
asked for it. You just didn't see it.
It had to be done. You were sleeping.
You didn't understand. Shh, go to sleep.
There was a whole head nod thing back there.
Yeah. They looked at me through the thing. I saw them. They were like,
I said it's go time. All right.
one of the instances, one of the prime examples of endings of movies that you're just like,
Yeah, I didn't really fuck with it.
yeah. All right. That's everything, right?
That's
All
everything.
right, on a scale from 1 to 10, what do you rate The Mist?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I rate The Mist a 7.
That's a good score, bud.
What about you?
You know why it's a good score?
Why?
Because I 1,000% agree with you.
Yeah.
I give it a 7 as well on a
Yeah.
scale of 1 to 10. It's a perfectly fine movie. This is an instance where the ending completely takes the movie to another level because at the end of the day, it's one person's instinct in that situation. It's not the director's like complete changing of an entire story. Like I may not agree with it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with me disagreeing with something. It's just I just don't get it. I feel like, if you're going to waste almost 2 hours of my life on something, you could have done a better ending. But
So I
was it 2 hours with commercials? What's the actual runtime of this movie?
get 2:10. 2 hours 10 minutes.
Mine was like 2.6.
Okay.
We were both watching a freebie though. You had way more ads than I did.
Yeah, it's like the YouTube video we watched.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Ad.
37
Yeah.
seconds into that thing. It was an ad. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. We're going to do some thinking on where we're going
Yeah.
with the podcast with this next month coming up. Obviously, Hey, big shout out to John Cohn. Big shout out to Andrew Nyberg, the two authors that did get to come on during our anticipated month of authors.
Thank you.
2 out of 4 is a solid success for me. They were both great. They both fit the podcast very well. As we already mentioned, they have open invitations to come back on the podcast anytime they want. So a huge shout out to all of our author fans out there that listened in. A huge shout out to all of our new subscribers that came in over the last episode.
Thank you.
We know you guys probably hated our information on Hellraiser, but we're here to talk about it. If you want to email us, if you want to comment, some people have, some people haven't. This is the first time in the history of the J Squared Horror Podcast where we got more dislikes than likes, ladies and gentlemen, and that to us is a successful video.
Yeah.
It has been trending in the right direction for us. The views were great. The comments were amazing. Anybody that commented, we replied, or you heard it today in some capacity or another that we did reply. Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you guys so much for always tuning in and checking out the J Squared Horror Podcast. A humongous shout out to all of our main supporters, Jeff Balance, who does our design work. Anything you see behind us on YouTube, anything you see on our shirts that we're wearing, anything you see on our social media icons, that is all done by Jeff Balance. If you want any type of graphic design work done, please let us know. We can get you in contact with Jeff.
Yeah.
He does amazing work for great prices, especially if you come from the J Squared Horror guys. He has been working with us since day one. A humongous shout out to Lucky Riggs, who does our intro and our outro music. As you hear in the intro, you hear our music, but if you stick around to the outro of this video, you will hear an amazing song that we did. It's Hip to Be Squared, because we're the J Squared Horror Podcast. He did that, and it's amazing. It fits our podcast super, super well. A humongous shout out, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Jake Devine.
Thank you.
Who is the world's greatest host a guy could ask for. This guy went from being, fuck you, I don't want to be on YouTube, to sitting next to me every single week on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, and just growing my horror knowledge and growing our fan base and being an amazing part of the J Squared Horror Podcast. It wouldn't be J Squared without you, brother, and I appreciate you coming on through everything that life throws at us, and through everything that sometimes the podcast throws at us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a great friend and a great host, man.
Of course, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
Humongous shout out to all of our day one fans, all of our new fans, every single one of you. We see you. We appreciate you. If you at all want to be a part of the podcast, please go to www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. You can easily navigate that website to find any links that you need. If you want us to do trivia at your place of business, that is also on the website. Coming into the summer season and then the fall season, we definitely amp up that. So if that's anything that you want, please let us know there. The price isn't that expensive. We bring a whole other type of trivia to your business that you wouldn't expect. It's a good time. People always have fun.
You'll love it.
You will. We will let you know as soon as we get our ideas for the upcoming month on what episodes we're going to be doing. We have some R&R to do. We have some planning to do. So please, guys, just stick to us. You guys have been great with us not knowing what we're covering next week and still supporting us. So thank you guys so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week, and always remember, it's hip to be squared.